Hi, this is Tammy, Houseplay Renovation's co-founder and creative director. And if you were watching A Home You Love, I was the host and you saw me there every day. I am looking forward to continuing the conversations with you, continuing to offer you support around how to create a home you love. And one of the ways I'm going to be able to do that is in looking at the survey responses that we've gotten so far. So if you haven't responded to the survey, feel free to pop over there and do it. We will be picking a winner for the survey raffle very soon. And I want to just come to you now with a little bit more insight around one of the questions that seem to come up for quite a few of you. So, and I hear these questions from my clients all the time. So it's great to hear it from you as well and to know that this is where you're at and this is the type of support you're looking for. So the question is, how do I weigh up resale value versus doing a project how I want? How do I know what is going to have the biggest impact and what should be avoided? And so I'll just speak to you for a few minutes today on some key tips that I have around designing and renovating for resale. The first thing I want to talk about is, again, what is your timeline? So ask yourself, am I looking to sell this property in 2 years? So I touched on this in our last video, but if you're looking to sell the property in 2 years, absolutely, you should be thinking about resale. If you're looking to stay in that property for 5, 10, 15 years or beyond, resale is not going to be your number one priority when deciding on the projects. So let's assume that you are planning to sell your property in the next 2 years. So resale is going to be important for you. Now what? And here's what I will share with you. The first thing is that you've probably heard kitchens and bathrooms make a huge impact. But it's really the impact in getting it looking out, like getting it from looking out of date to getting it looking fresh, clean, and modern. And so that doesn't necessarily mean a huge project in terms of changing the layout, taking walls out, expanding the space, using luxury finishes. It really means looking at how you can get the best, bright, functional kitchen or bathroom that works really well in a very strategic way. And the strategy that I often go with is something we call direct pull and replace. So unless your layout is really terrible, often a pull and replace renovation is going to get you the impact that you need for resale. And just remember, if any of you who have recently purchased a property, you'll remember this. As you're walking through, like, you're not checking in little details and you don't know what was there before. In other words, the immediate kind of impact of stepping into the space and being like, oh wow, this is beautiful. Oh wow, this is fresh and new. Oh wow, this layout, it makes sense. Like, those are the things that matter for resale. So in terms of, what to focus on, again, it's just freshening things up. It probably could mean new cabinets, new appliances, new countertops, new tile, but it doesn't have to mean like rethinking the entire layout of your whole house, because that's something that is more personal and that's something that would maybe benefit you personally, but the next person, they would have a different way of thinking about it. The next thing I want to talk about that's really helpful for resale is, again, facelifts that on a cosmetic level. So a fresh coat of paints. Check your flooring. Does it look very tired and worn, or does it look, fresh and new? Of course, staging is a huge piece of selling your home, but right now, just really focusing on, is there anything in your home that's really taking away from the value? So rather than just looking at what can add value, think about the person coming in and what might be deterring them from being able to step into this investment and investing in that house. The third thing that I want to talk about is about how to really, increase the curb appeal. And so here we're thinking about the exterior of your house, the siding, the front door, the garage door, the landscaping even. So remembering that those kinds of improvements are going to have a huge impact on the listing, the photos, and people walking up to the space, seeing it feeling inviting, it feeling exciting to people. So all of that, again, is really important. And in terms of what to avoid with renovation projects for resale, anything that is ultra personal. So I will use like an extreme example. Purple cabinets, or a light fixture that is like really stylized, or bright red countertops, or I don't know, the list goes on. Anything that's really so personal to you that it's a love it or hate it kind of thing, I would probably avoid. That said, I also tell people and share with my clients that going with all white, all neutral finishes isn't the right answer either, because you do want people to step into your home and feel like it's a home. You want them to step in and say, oh yeah, this could be my home. Oh yeah, this place has been very well loved, and you can see that the people who lived here really tried to make it a home for themselves. So adding some color, some pattern, some level of detail and thoughtfulness to the design is still important and really helpful. But just doing it in a tasteful way, often having a guide, an interior designer, supporting you to kind of just give you feedback on, okay, is this too personal of a choice, or is this a homey choice that someone else could also see themselves living into? So that is really a key factor in renovating for resale. Again, the first thing to think about is, what is your timeline? Are you really thinking about resale as a priority, or does that not need to be a priority for you right now? The second thing is kitchens and bathrooms. How can you get them looking as great as possible with a minimal investment in terms of changing the layouts? The third thing is cosmetic upgrades, so painting, flooring, freshening things up that look tired. Don't forget the curb appeal, the exterior work. And again, making it personal is great, just not too personal. I hope this has been helpful. I'm always available for you. If you have any questions, email us back and I'd be happy to answer them for you. I'd love to connect with you and support you further. If you continue on, you'll see there is a link to my vision and planning session, and that is a time that I dedicate to spending one-on-one with you in your home, either virtually or in person, to really support you in how to create that next level for you, how to create a home you love living in, that you're excited to come home to at the end of the day. I look forward to meeting you. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. Mwah.